Good afternoon. Good afternoon, AGPNs. This is Sheikh Shakir, your biology teacher. As you all know, that the government has decided to lock down the whole country to prevent the transmission of the coronavirus. The SMC, together with the AGPS staff, has decided to create video lectures for students so that your academics will not be affected much. So here is the first lecture for class 12th. So let us start the first lecture for class 12th biology. As you know, there are 5 chapters in your syllabus. The first chapter is the process of reproduction. Second is genetics and evolution. Third one is reproductive health. Fourth one is biotechnology and its applications. And the last is environment. We will try to take the lessons one by one. So let's start from the first lesson, which is about the process of reproduction. Dear students, in the previous classes in class 11th, 10th and 9th, you must have read about the different life processes and organism performance. Starting from the process of nutrition, there is process of digestion, there is process of respiration, transportation, excretion. All these processes are performed by a living organism for maintaining the shape, the size, the form of his body. But with the help of these processes, we can keep ourselves healthy, but we cannot increase the number of individuals in a population. So for that purpose, an organism performs another life process, that is the process of reproduction. But all the living organisms perform this process of reproduction. But all living organisms do not live indefinitely in this universe. Every living organism dies after attaining a certain age. This period from birth till death of an organism constitute the lifespan of an organism. And every living organism has its own specific lifespan. It is not necessary that all living organisms have equal lifespan. No, different organisms have different duration of this lifespan. So let us start from this lifespan. What is this lifespan? First of all, lifespan is the duration or duration from birth, when the organism takes the birth, till death of an organism. From birth till death of an organism constitute the lifespan of an organism, and it is varied. Different organisms have different lifespan. As far as the different stages of lifespan are concerned, it is divided into 4 stages. First one is the juvenility. Juvenility. And second one is the reproductive phase. Reproductive phase. Third one is the aging, or if it is an animal, you call this an aging, and if it is a plant, then we call this as senescence. Senescence. And the last one is the death. These are the 4 different stages of lifespan. First of all, after an organism takes the birth, the rate of growth during this period from birth in juvenility is very high. But the growth of every organ takes place during the period of juvenility. But reproductive organs are not functional during this phase of juvenility. The period from birth till reproductive maturity of an organism, that constitutes the juvenility. The rate of growth is high, but sex organs are growing, but they are not functional at this stage. So we call this as a juvenility. The period from birth till sexual maturity of an organism. We call this as juvenility. And if it is an animal, we call it juvenility. And if it is a plant, we call it vegetative phase. Vegetative phase. Then, After attaining the sexual maturity, then starts the next phase, that is the reproductive phase. During juvenility, an organism cannot reproduce. He or she cannot produce the new offspring. But during reproductive phase, the sex organs are fully developed. Now the organism is able to produce its own offspring. So that phase is called the reproductive phase, the phase during which an organism actually produces its offspring. That is the reproductive phase. Second one is reproductive phase. The phase during which organism reproduces. That means now he is able to produce its own kind. That is the reproductive phase. But after attaining the age of 60, 65, 70, the different parts, different metabolic these processes of an organ start deteriorating. There starts the degeneration of the body, and when that is called the aging, when these degeneration processes become irreversible, when the replacement processes become irreversible, we call that leads to the death of an organ. So during aging, the degeneration of the body takes place. All the metabolic processes are not taking place properly, which leads to the death of an organism. So next one is age. If it's an animal, and senescence if it is a plant. Degeneration of body starts, which leads to death, which leads to a death of an organism. All living organisms pass through these four stages. First is juvenility, second reproductive phase, third one aging, and last one is the death. So every organism is certain to die after attaining certain age. So if an organism will not perform the process of reproduction, all the organisms will get extinct, will get lost from this universe. There will be no organism left. That is why all organisms produce their own kind, undergo aging, and finally die. That means their characters, their qualities are stored in their offspring. So in this lesson, we will be discussing about the process of reproduction or reproductive phase of the life. So before we start the reproduction, we will take some interesting examples of lifespans. The different organisms have different ways of life. So it can be a few hours, it can be a few years, it can be thousands of years also.